Adopted. Call on. Where are we? This bill is set down for further consideration next sitting day. Call on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Taxation, Tax Administration and Remedial Matters Bill, second reading.
I call the Honourable Minister Peter Dunn.
Mr Speaker, I move that the Taxation, Tax Administration and Remedial Matters Bill be now read a second time. Mr Speaker, this bill is an important one for New Zealand as it introduces crucial changes to the tax system which are needed to support economic growth and to ensure integrity and fairness within the system. A good tax system encourages economic endeavour by eliminating unnecessary hindrances and limiting compliance costs, and these are the themes that run through this bill. Mr Speaker, a key feature of this bill is the abolition of gift duty. Gift duty is a relic of the estate duty era, long since past. It has continued to impose $70 million of compliance costs on New Zealanders each year, while no longer serving its intended purpose and raising less than $1 million in annual revenue. Around 99% of annual gift duty returns are nil returns, further illustrating the pointless nature of this tax. So it is time to abolish gift duty once and for all. But Mr Speaker, since the notion of abolishing gift duty was first aired last year, there has been some concern voiced about the consequences for the tax system. There has been predictable analysis or criticism there hasn't been enough analysis. Well, let me assure members that the decision to proceed with abolishing gift duty was taken following considerable research. 8 government agencies were involved in consultation on the likely consequences of abolition, and Inland Revenue was at the centre of the review. The decision, therefore, has not been taken lightly. Members will have noted that the accompanying regulatory impact statement has gone into some depth. This is because it's dealing with an issue of great moment, the abolition of a tax. Mr Speaker, so comprehensive was this regulatory impact statement that it has been described as a model of what a regulatory impact statement should be. It deliberately outlines the problems with gift duty and considers a number of options for addressing them before coming down in favour of repeal. The potential for tax avoidance was one of the key areas considered during the gift duty review. The review concluded that gift duty is not an effective way of targeting tax avoidance. A range of existing rules in the Income Tax Act better target avoidance arrangements involving gifts. These include rules for gifts involving companies and employers in addition to trusts. And last year's budget further reduced opportunities for avoidance by aligning the top personal rate and the trust rate. Trusts, therefore, can no longer provide a tax shelter as was previously the case. Inland Revenue will continue to monitor the situation, and a post-implementation review will be undertaken to ensure that existing measures are operating as intended. Mr Speaker, the move to abolish gift duty is part of a carefully constructed package which has seen all marginal tax rates fall substantially and the top personal and the trust rates aligned. And any moves to unpick this package by either introducing new taxes on capital or differential rates for trusts and the top personal rate would inevitably raise questions about the need to not only reinstate a form of gift duty far more stringent than what this bill repeals, and maybe restore estate duty or indeed introduce some other forms of wealth tax as well to prevent significant avoidance occurring. An equally unpopular and cumbersome alternative would be to continue the alignment of the top personal and trust rates, but at a significantly higher level than is currently the case. And Mr Speaker, the House should give careful consideration to those points as this debate unfolds and as subsequent events unfold as well. This bill also includes a number of proposed changes to the rules around the tax disputes process, which complement major changes made by Inland Revenue to the way it administers that process. Our tax system relies on voluntary compliance, and it is therefore appropriate that disputes which inevitably arise are resolved quickly and efficiently for both parties. The bill also introduces changes to the secrecy provisions in the tax administration rules to help bring the public service more into line with today's customer service expectations and to improve efficiency across the public service. Overall, these amendments will result in improvements in service provision, including improved accuracy, improved efficiency by eliminating duplication of effort, and increased detection and prevention of fraud. A supplementary order paper that was referred to the Select Committee provides for the removal of the overtaxation of non-residents investment through portfolio investment entities. A number of useful submissions were received and considered by the committee, and the legislative changes have now been incorporated into the bill, and they will facilitate the development of New Zealand as a financial hub. Mr. Speaker, earlier today I released a further supplementary order paper to provide rollover relief for depreciation recovery arising from the Canterbury earthquakes. This will make replacing assets lost in the earthquake become more feasible for Canterbury businesses, and it's another step towards providing taxpayers with relief from taxation on windfall gains on depreciation recovered resulting from the earthquakes. The supplementary order paper also addresses the issue of the timing of deemed sales of destroyed insured assets to allow time for the time of sale to be deemed to be the point when the insurance proceeds can be reasonably estimated. The government was seeking to encourage productive investment in Canterbury, and these depreciation measures will help achieve that. And as further tax issues arise in response to the earthquakes, the government will assess them and respond accordingly, as indeed we have been doing throughout the course of this year. Now, Mr. Speaker, the government cannot, of course, control the business sector, but we can support it by providing an environment which creates jobs and wealth. By improving efficiency and removing undue compliance costs, this bill helps create that environment while also ensuring the maintenance of the integrity of our tax system. And Mr. Speaker, it is therefore with a great deal of pleasure that I commend the Taxation, Tax Administration and Remedial Matters Bill to the attention of the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Stuart Nash.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.